You know how it happens. They couldn't miss each other on a narrow road, caught their shoulders, a sideways glance, word for word, and a fight begins. Here too, something similar happens, except that there was a swan in the role of the aggressor here. Moreover, he decided to run over a large dog, which the owner obviously brought as a defender and watchman. Who would have thought that a powerful dog with a strong grip and fighting instincts would need human protection itself? The dog is clearly in shock. It did not expect the swan to be so aggressive. At the same time, the bird is not only absolutely not afraid of the jaws of a relative of the wolf, but also clearly dominates him in terms of physical strength. Admitted, you do not expect a swan to be so big-feathered. He towers over the dog like Superman over a street bully. Only the bird behaves less nobly and clearly just wants to beat the dog down with its wings. Interestingly enough, the swan does not show aggression towards a person and stops the attack when the woman covered the dog with herself. It feels like there's a dialogue between them, and the swan is trying to say something like, "Well, calm down your mutt before I bury her in the ground." This case is not unique at all. Here was another episode when a swan tried to purposely drown a dog. The Labrador is lucky that it belongs to fairly large breeds, loves water, and can last long enough to reach the shore under a hail of blows from the huge bird. But even he was forced to retreat in panic. The peace-loving dog clearly did not expect such a turn of events. In general, getting involved with swans is a very bad idea. Aggressive behavior for these birds is the norm, not the exception at all. Yeah, they symbolize loyalty and love quite deservedly. These birds are strictly monogamous creatures, and if one swan in a pair dies, then the second one will often remain alone forever. That's just the tender attitude swans have only to family members. They seem to hate other birds at all. If a pair of wild swans gets started on a pond, they will survive all the other birds from there. Moreover, birds may not be the competitors, rivals, or a threat at all. It's just that swans don't like to live side by side with other birds. They will attack them, drown them, ruin their nests, crush the chicks. And although the swan has no teeth, its bite is very painful, and a powerful wing strike could even stun a person. So our friendly advice, do not mess with swans. This feathered creature made such a mistake and clearly regretted it. The swan attacked him with the fury of a hungry lion. Even small birds can be a serious threat if they know exactly how to act together. Like these birds, they are not only brave and selfless, but also know a lot about teamwork. If they attack a snake, then one bird grabs the head and the other one grabs the tail. If they fight with another bird, they surround it, grab it with claws from different sides, and cover each other. This representative of the crow family definitely regretted that he got involved with a whole gang of small but tough opponents. Each feathered fighter knows his role, as if they work out teamwork for a long time before each hunter fight. Together, these birds are able to cope with a reptile protected by a tough hide or other prey that one bird would definitely not be able to cope with. This is one of the most unusual and unique cases of cooperation between representatives of different animal species in the wild. For a crocodile, birds are nothing more than another type of prey. In most cases, but not this time. For some strange reason, both a pair of birds and a female of a small crocodile species have arranged nests nearby each other. Surprisingly, the reptile does not show aggression towards its feathered neighbors. And there is a good reason for this. Most of the time the female hunts, and the male does not care about laying eggs at all. Another thing is birds, which are excellent parents. This monitor lizard just does not understand who he's messing with. Although he is a relatively large predator and poses a threat to birds, birds bravely rush to protect their lair. They spread their wings, slowly but inevitably attack the enemy, and drive him away. It turns out that birds protect not only their eggs, but also the crocodile's clutch. Who would have thought that these small but brave birds would become reliable bodyguards for the next generation of crocodiles? We can only hope that the reptiles that hatch from these eggs will not hunt birds. And what do you think about this case? Is it a unique accident or a new type of animal symbiosis? Share your opinion in the comments. The pelican gives the impression of a highly specialized predator, that is, an animal whose body has adapted to one particular type of hunting. The efficiency in this is very high, but it goes to the detriment of everything else. A striking example is the cheetah, who paid for speed with muscle mass so that any jackal could take away its prey. It seems that the pelican is the same narrow specialist. His leather bag under his beak is a specific tool for hunting fish. Birds either directly on the fly or while swimming scoops up water along with fish. Indeed, the effectiveness of this method as fishing is very high, but the pelican seems unable to catch other prey and looks harmless to land animals. This was a big mistake. So, this pigeon fell for such a trap. He simply just did not expect such a sudden explosion of rage and aggression from a peaceful feathered fisherman with a funny beak, and in vain. The pelican didn't have to chase the pigeon, sneak up on it, or catch it in flight. The victim simply did not expect this attack, and that is why the pigeon was caught. The leather bag became a nightmare trap for him. The pigeon struggles, tries to escape, resists, but it is all useless. Surprisingly, the pelican's beak turned out to be a suitable weapon not only for catching fish, but also for hunting other birds. The other pigeons are just shocked. They did not expect their neighbor to be such a scumbag. Rodents should never mess with these birds either. In general, the pelican will attack and try to swallow anyone. For example, these funny little buddies. Is that funny to you? Now imagine how a good-natured capybara feels. This animal is used to being friends with everything in the world, and then some pelican comes along and doesn't succumb to the charms of the capybara at all, and instead of playing together and swimming, tries to swallow the animal up. Fortunately, without a single chance of success, the capybara is 3 times heavier than the pelican itself and does not fit into its beak. The bird attack is like a light little massage for the beast, but it's still a shame, don't you agree? As well as this waterfowl feathered friend, which the pelican tried to swallow while swimming. And again, the aggressor was left with nothing, but only because this time the victim of the attack was too big. Who knows, maybe if pelicans were bigger, even you and I would be in danger. Don't believe it? Just look at this. The pelican is absolutely not afraid of lions. Although these kittens are pretty young, they pose a danger to this feathered robber because they can easily overwhelm it with a pair of powerful paws. However, these lion cubs only wanted to play. But in any case, the lion cubs do not know who they're messing with. The pelican is not set up for acquaintances and gives them a powerful rebuff, threatens with its beak, beats with its wings. These are Adelie penguins, which can boast neither special size nor strength. Admit it, they even look stupid, cute, and clumsy. In the water, these birds, however, can develop tremendous speed and fish like small black torpedoes. But on land, the first impression is justified. Adelie penguins are really quite helpless. That's just the heart of a fighter beating in a clumsy body, especially if the penguin has good motivation. This is one of the most touching scenes involving birds that caught the camera lens ever. The Pomeranian gull is a very dangerous predator that literally terrorizes penguin colonies, attacks both chicks and adult birds, steals eggs, and causes huge damage to its prey. But when a huge relative to the prey and a strong predator attacked this female penguin, he did not take into account the fury with which her partner would protect her beloved. Look at this dedication. A little penguin with helpless wings furiously attacks a seagull and uses his whole body like a cannonball. A ramming attack is risky for a male, but he doesn't care about the danger when his lady is in trouble. This bird is shocked by such a rebuff. His beak unclenches, and the predator retreats. Finally, the couple reunites and gently huddles together. Admit it, this triumphant scene looks incredibly cute, doesn't it? One of the funniest and therefore famous cases of punishment of an impudent person connected with birds that ever has been captured by a camera lens. A huge eagle is having lunch when a heron with a long, thin beak passes by its cage. The heron sees that they are separated from the predator by a barrier that guarantees her safety. The brazen bird did not come up with anything better than trying to steal the food from a larger and stronger predator, counting on this protection, and this was a big mistake. The eagle seemed to expect this and instantly grabs the huge paw with sharp, curved, sickle-shaped claws right behind the heron's beak. Interestingly enough, the eagle does not try to finish off its impudent attacker. It does not break the heron's neck, does not hit her in the eyes and throw with his powerful curved beak. He just holds her long enough for the heron to regret this act. This is a lesson that the cheeky bird will remember forever. A hyena can one-on-one cope with a wildebeest, maim a leopard, deal with a cheetah, and take prey from a young lioness. The arrogance and cruelty of the spotted predator is combined with the enormous strength of the jaws with which the hyena can break the shin bones of adult zebras. But this hyena clearly overestimated its capabilities when it decided to run over an ostrich. The story that in case of danger, this bird species hides its head in the sand is a strange and stupid myth. In fact, if an ostrich is in danger, it gives such a tough rebuttal to its enemy that it remains just for him to hide and run away. Although this type of bird belongs to the flightless ones, they should not be underestimated. The main weapon of the ostrich is incredibly powerful legs. One well-aimed blow from an adult male can break the spine of a large predator like a wild dog. When the hyena attacked the ostrich, it immediately regretted it. The bird didn't waste a second. She just ran straight at the enemy. And the hyena freezes in shock. She was waiting for the opposite to happen. Fortunately, the predator managed to lie down and cover his head. The ostrich ran over the hyena, inflicted a series of powerful blows on different parts of the body, but did not finish it off and just ran away. The hyena is in shock. A strange bird suddenly turned into a lively tornado, punched, and escaped unpunished. This predator obviously won't want to attack ostriches anymore.